Yes, we welcome in the football whisperer himself, Patrick Reusse, who before week 2 told us with confidence the Vikings are going to lose to the Cardinals on the road, but don't worry, they've got a softie on the schedule at home, the Seattle Seahawks. They will beat the Seahawks. Look into your football crystal ball, Pat. What else is going to happen for the Vikings this season?
If they keep running into defenses like Seattle's, they're going to do dang fine. Man, are they terrible! But Cleveland's really good. Judd and I talked about this yesterday, though. If they were playing Cleveland a year ago in an empty stadium, I would say Baker Mayfield and Cleveland is going to come in and beat them. But with the crowd there, and Baker has a tendency to get a little high strung. You know what? I like the Browns by a field goal.
Okay.
But I would have said 10 points or more. If they were playing at Cleveland, I don't think it'd be close. But I think when we get overly giddy about Kirk, sometimes, and I haven't been the big Kirk basher. I've said you can win with him. And this idea that he's an MVP candidate on a 1-2 team is kind of the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But
what do you mean?
Hold on a second here.
What? Come on.
Stephen A. Smith would say it.
Also, Pat, it's not even Kirktober yet, and he's already playing this well.
Yes, and what I think what they did was they kept whispering to him garbage time at the start of games, and it got him fired up. Suddenly he's playing as though they're 21 down in the fourth quarter, the whole game. But yeah, he's been good. He's been better than he's ever been. But he's going to have 3-4 games in the middle where he's not going to play that good. So he's got a track record. You don't suddenly pop up. Even Case Keenum had a bad game or two once he got in his role, right? You don't pop up out of high mediocrity and become a superstar. I can't recall that happening too often. And he'll have his game when he gets flinchy, when he gets a little pass rush, and it was easy pickings Sunday. He was. I said this to Judd yesterday. Zimmer said he thinks it's the best offensive game in 8 years. I wonder if in those 8 years his quarterbacks ever had a chance to throw that many open receivers running wide open in the middle of the field. I don't know what they're doing. The Seahawks, what is that, a Tampa 2 version they're playing that's leaving the middle of the field?
They played too high quite a bit. Did you see? I think it was Gessling had a stat in today's Star Tribune about Justin Jefferson, and the average of the closest defender to him was like 4.7 yards away
when he caught the pass.
Wow. Or like a bunch of passes. They like gauged the whole thing. And so then
the football whisperer's observation was fairly accurate.
You don't need stats, Pat. You've got that Paul Brown sense.
You got those. You just need your readers, which you lose all the time. But
I got new ones now. These are the ones that got red on them. I don't know where they came from, but they got like the red nose deal.
Oh, to hold it
for
comfort.
Stylish.
It's good for the face.
Very stylish, yes. That said, last night we were throwing a 11th birthday party for my grandson, who is now a fantasy football guy.
Uh-oh.
So he's got Zeke Elliott, right? He's got Zeke, so he can't even pay attention to the cake because he's worried if he's going to get enough points to win his game from yesterday. So at 11 years old, he's hooked. But some guy proposed to him a trade in which he could acquire Justin Jefferson while I was sitting next to him. And he said, "What do you?" I said, "Yes,
absolutely, yes."
Whatever the guy's offered, and it was a 2-for-1, but the 2 he's given up were not. And I said, "No, get Justin Jefferson. He's one of the 5 best in the league." So, but I think he would have made the trade anyway. He's a smart little devil.
I will say on the Kirk Cousins front, he made a couple throws in that game that were very un-Kirk-like. Usually, when the defense bears down, he's.
Yep.
You're just hoping he doesn't fumble, but there was a throw, that 3rd and 5 throw in the fourth quarter, They're driving to put the Seahawks away, and he takes that hit from a linebacker and finds KJ Osborne. There were some un-Kirk-like things that he did in that game.
Yes, isn't it amazing how you have to go get wily veteran D.D. Westbrook right before the season, and we get fans. Hey, they finally got their slot guy, their third receiver. They're gonna be fine. And meanwhile, KJ Osborne shows up and is outstanding and fast and everything you thought he was going to be a year ago. Receivers are the easiest thing to find in football. There are guys out there. There are guys out there. I was telling Judd the other day, you know who'd make it in today's game with the dump-off game? Troy. Bring back Troy. Just have him go out and stand in the flat. And
Troy Williamson?
Yeah, have him throw these little 8-yard pass. He'd never have to run down the field and judge whether the ball was coming to him or not. You just throw him an 8-yard pass and tell him to run like hell. Kansas City's got all kinds of those guys.
Yes.
Josh Gordon's going to Kansas City.
Kansas City, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he's back again.
He'll only be there 3 games, for God's sakes.
And Richard Sherman is visiting the Buccaneers today, it sounds like.
Really? Do they have drugs in Kansas City, or is that a drug-free city?
We'll find out.
Otherwise, I doubt if he'll be around.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I don't know about Kansas City. Maybe they don't have drugs down there. I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think
they do.
what we've seen from some of the Chiefs in the past, they have a plentiful supply.
Yeah.
That's outside the range where Judd's dealer is associated. So
Yeah, I'll call him
totally
up.
Sure.
Yeah. Who's watching the last season of Goliath?
I don't know if I've even seen the first season of
what
Goliath.
is
Billy
Goliath?
Bob Thornton is a lawyer, kind of a screwed up lawyer who ends up having. It's a 4-part. It's 4 years. It's terrific, but he's taken on Big Farm in this one, and the evil representative of Big Farm is J.K. Simmons. So it's pretty damn good. J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons
Sounds
is
excellent.
fantastic, and he's everywhere. He's on commercials.
Yes. Well,
He's great.
he can be hilarious, like he was as Juno's father, or as he was the only funny thing in Burn After Reading, the Coen Brothers clunker with, and but he was evil in the Whiplash, as the Whiplash.
Great movie.
He was great in that movie, and he's great evil guy in this thing too. So anyway,
Pat, yesterday at Target Center, I thought A-Rod really hit it home, the importance of, quote, honesty and transparency going forward with the Timberwolves ownership.
Telling us the 3 values. Well, apparently one of those can't be lying like a rug about everything. You think our old friend Judd, Selena Roberts, drove off the road in Colorado if she was driving when she heard about him and his buddy Lore pushing the 3 core values, which they haven't decided what they are, but they're not going to make them lie. It's got to be great to have that level of arrogance, though, doesn't it? I mean, to be that, to just come out there and talk like this after being the most well-known cheater in baseball history.
It's amazing.
The difference between you and Barry is you got caught twice. Barry, we're still trying to officially pin it down. You got caught twice, and you're lying about this. But I did love, in fact, I just went on Twitter with this, that we're going to get a new arena, and A-Rod sees the great possibilities of augmented reality in there. Mm-hmm. And if ever a franchise needs augmented reality, it's this one, right?
It's so true.
You go to the game, you see them lose by 23, but interactivity swirls around, and they won.
Exactly. Oh, it's crazy. Oh, there's a game-winning shot. Jake Lehman at the buzzer.
Come up with alternative scoreboard.
We won.
Wolves 123, Suns 120.
Augmented reality. Oh, God almighty.
They don't know that the keypad is just one simple thing. Who wants a free T-shirt?
Yes, and here's the other thing. All right, new stadium, a new arena, augmented reality. The current financial situation of cities and states and everything else, fellas, you know, this obviously, Judd, you've been saying this all along, and they're not going to really make the push for probably 3-4 years. But well, first of all, they got to come up with the other billion to pay off Taylor. You know, people are saying, why is Taylor still around? Because they owe him $1 billion. That's why they only gave him one of the hunks. They got 2 more to go. But we are not going to be in the mood to spend $1 billion on a new basketball arena. I'm sorry. These fellas better get used to the idea. Maybe they're going to get the land and a couple of $100 million, but they aren't getting a free one here. I know that. Not 5, 6, 7 years from now. I don't think. What do you think?
And not when you've made the playoffs once in 17 years. I get you got to plant the seed and float it so that people aren't caught off guard. So I wasn't shocked that Marc Lore planted the seed yesterday, but you can't even you can't ask for a dime of public money until you at least get to the play-in round, for God's sakes, right?
And how about the Cat interview where he's basically been a martyr for this franchise? And did you see that?
Yeah, you know what he is? He has a Brett Favre gene that it's not because he's here. No matter where he goes, you give him a mic, he is going, and it can be intriguing, but he is going to start talking, and he is going to go through a litany of things. It's exactly like Brett was. It's exactly.
Yeah, but Brett was country boy, smooth, and Brett never
He wasn't
really
that smooth sometimes.
Brett did not often make himself a victim.
Between if you go through the paragraphs of Brett when he wouldn't stop talking, there was a lot of it was better. He was better at it than Cat, but he was a victim a lot. A lot of things that were Brett's fault were never Brett's fault.
I would say the thing with him is when he threw 6 interceptions, he said, well, it could have been 8.
Yeah, that's his funniest line. But then go through those transcripts. He will go through a whole thing of how guys, if they had run the right route, might not have been a pick. Wow. I mean, did Donald run the right route? I mean, I don't know. He was supposed to go left.
Yeah, but
he
you
went
know
right.
What Brett did? When he ran out to the huddle in the first quarter, he was fully committed to the day's effort. And when he ran out to the huddle in the fourth quarter, he still was that. And you can't float around and not play defense as much as Cat has played and make yourself a martyr for the kind of money he's making, right? So
yeah, I mean, I hear you. I think I didn't love the whole I love the honesty. Yeah. I don't love some of the victim playing, even though he is a victim. Like, he's definitely his age 18 to age 25 experience in the NBA compared to, say, like a Tim Duncan's age 18 to 8, where it's the same coach, same GM, teammates, is definitely something to complain about. I don't know that I love complaining about it as often and publicly as he does, but it's hard to say that he's wrong.
As I said, they fired his man Tibbs. Never missed a game for the Tibbs, man. He played every game for the Tibbs. Played 38, 39 minutes, 70, 82 games a year for the Tibbs. So then we had to get somebody who would treat him more kindly. And how'd that work?
It's too bad that on paper, the Jimmy Butler, like as players, right? The Jimmy Butler, Karl Anthony Towns thing should have been a 5-year partnership. And obviously, Jimmy Butler hated Karl Anthony Towns and forced his way out. But
it was because because they gave his money to Wiggins. That was the big screw up. Jimmy got paid, he would have been happy as a clam here, right? He would have, if he got paid, he would have been fine.
Maybe he should have looked Glenn in the eye like Andrew did.
It's a little bit like
right. Andrew promised. Andrew, who's shocked us all by being a non-vaxxer. That really shocked me that this moron would be a non-vaxxer.
How
he's afraid it'll give him too much energy.
How interesting would that be here if you had Karl Anthony Towns, who I think beyond his mom had 5 other people from his family die of COVID, and Wiggy is at a podium basically saying, "Don't ask me why, but I'm not going to be vaxxed." That would be an incredibly interesting thing inside the room
it's
here.
Also an indication that this guy has received too much money because he can walk away from millions to to be an idiot. But I'm sure that. Well, I don't think if you're Golden State, you just gotta write him off, right? What good does it do to have him play? I don't think he can play in L.A., right?
He can't play in California, right? He can't play in San Francisco. Can't play in L.A. Can't play in New York.
Can't play in New York. So let's see. That means he can play 30 games, right? How many they play against the Clippers and the Lakers?
That's 8 games right there for sure.
Yeah.
Sacramento. They play Sacramento 4 times.
What the hell am I thinking?
The other thing, what's weird is, I've always been a huge Wiggins supporter. You guys know me. What I find funny is, regardless of whether it's vaccinations you're standing up for, whatever it is, the media asks you, hey, why are you taking this stance? And he said, I'm always going to fight for what I believe in. And the follow-up question is, can you expand upon what you believe in? And he says, I'm going to keep that to myself. Well, if you're going to fight for what you believe in, can you maybe explain what you believe in to the public?
Maybe you can convince the rest of us. What do you believe in? Yeah, what the man alive? What a dummy.
That was Kirk too, though. We tried to get Kirk. If you believe this, explain it.
Well, Kirk's easy to figure out, though.
No, I know, but you want to hear it. Yeah. Don't you want to hear it? I want to hear it.
I wonder, his dad's got to be. I think his dad's all basketball, right? Mitch can't have some kind of a theory that you shouldn't be vaccinated because this is going to happen to you. Who knows?
Yeah,
what it is.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's why doesn't the NBA just come out and say if you're not vaccinated you can't play? I guess they're trying to, but the Players Association.
I like the line of thinking: if you put the shot between 18 and 20 feet from the rim, Wiggins will take it.
As long as it isn't out there, the 3-point line.
Yeah, as long as it's not past 23 feet or inside 15 feet, then he'll take it.
That we can't forget that about Gerson. He had to give up draft choices. He got a guy who won't guard anybody, but he got rid of Wiggy.
Don't ask Glenn why Gerson is gone, because he's not going to entertain that question. And don't ask about Ben Simmons either.
Well, what is this whole thing of they keep leaking? We're having an investigation. What are they trying to figure out a way not to pay him or what?
There's definitely, like, they're saying that there's legal reasons why. And by the way, there's a lot of people, well, of course they can't. There's legal reasons. Why would the media ask? Well, I think to Judd's point yesterday, why not open all questions and just answer strategically the way that you want? To start the press conference, in this sort of shaming, you can't ask me about this and this. Glenn, dude, just sit down. Just sit down. The media can ask you whatever they want to.
Yeah.
You can answer however you want to.
Well, it's and I mean it's what are we having a press conference for if we're not going to answer questions? Although we do have A-Rod lecturing us on ethics, so that's good.
That's true.
A-Rod, man.
Even when they do the right thing, they do the wrong thing.
Yeah. All right, we got to run.
We should put that on Target Center.
It's a T-shirt.
I like it. Free T-shirt. It's a free
T-shirt for the 3 years, because that's where they're going to have to build the new arena, Target Center, right? If they get a new arena, they're going to have to build it there. Where are they going to play for 3 years?
The X.
Ziggy Dome.
I think
it'd be tough to play at the X because of just like figuring out the conflicting schedules.
You're basically downgrading your technology and everything by going to the X. You're not. You're going to a 24-year-old arena by then. So, I bet they play in the Ziggy Dome.
You know what they should do? Throwback, the Armory.
The Armory, yeah.
Go play in the Armory like the Lakers.
Pretty nice.
It's awesome.
I know you like the Armory.
I do.
I love it.
Well, so do the fans, because they got 2 bars that are 60 yards long.
Very nice.
That's right.
And,
all right, Pat.
And the place would look packed too. The Armory would be packed with Wolves fans.
Yes,
it's another sellout. You are the greatest basketball fans on the face of the earth.
Yay. All right. We'll see you.
All right. See you tomorrow. All right. That's wrapping with the football whisperer, Patrick Reusse.